Hello, everyone. Welcome to From the Void podcast, a show all about the Eternal game and our experiences with it. But before we get into the episode, I'd like to thank Hero Power and EC MMO Gaming for producing the podcast. You can find out more about them on heropowerhs.com. And as we get into the episode, I'd like to introduce my co-host, Travis, or TJ. I'm just going to call him Travis. I guess I've ran into you on the ladder a couple of times. I think we've gone back and forth. I think you got the best of me that last two times because you're playing some type of revenge Destiny deck. I remember that very clearly. And but TJ's a good player. He's done a lot of tournaments. But I'm going to let him introduce himself and talk about his experience with the game, how he got into the game, and all of that. And I haven't introduced myself yet. Hey, TJ. I'm Navillus, by the way. I guess I should say that. Yes.
Ooh,
yes.
Get those kicks out. Just roll those shoulders back.
This is the first episode. We're just candid. We're just gonna like, if I mess up, we're just gonna go with it. But I'm Navillus. Travis is with me. Go ahead, Travis.
Hello. I am BassoonBuffoon, aka BB, aka Travis, aka TJ. I am a competitive Eternal player and streamer. I compete for Seek Power Gaming, the most competitive and handsome team in Eternal. I've been playing Eternal for like a year and a half-ish. So I'm older than most people who play the game, but not as old as the old guard. My experience with Eternal is like different than most. I feel like most Eternal players come from Magic, and I am one of them Hearthstone guys. So everybody who compares Eternal cards to Magic cards and like talks in Magic terms, they lose me constantly. Do you ever feel like you come from Hearthstone too, right?
Yeah, I come from Hearthstone and the Magic the Gathering background. So
do you ever feel like not playing? Well, you played a little bit of Magic, right?
Mm-hmm, yes, I did semi-competitively. So
okay, well then you're not part of this. This is just me in the chat for a second.
Okay.
Sometimes I feel like since I didn't play Magic competitively, I am at a back foot and a disadvantage because I'm kind of learning all these rules on the fly that like all these crossover skills on the fly that Magic players get. And I'm just like a big Hearthstone dummy. And I'm not used to being able to do stuff on my opponent's turn and like all the rules of blocking and play order with the different phases of the turns. So it's really more impressive that I'm as competitive as I am with the handicaps I've been dealt.
I understand where you're coming from. The opposite for me, but keep going ahead. Go ahead.
I'm done now. That's everything you need to know about me. Navillus, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Oh, well, as I alluded to, I started. I've been on some other podcasts, some Hearthstone podcasts. So if you ever listen to any of those from like Into the Wild or the Happy Hearthstone, this is not a Hearthstone podcast. This is an Eternal podcast. But just to give you a little background, so if you did come from there, you might have heard me talk about myself a little bit. But my background with the game starts back in Pokemon. I used to just play the game, make my own rules up, because I really didn't know, when you're like 12 years old, you're just like,
I had a shiny Hitmonlee when I was a kid. It was sick.
Oh, a shiny Raichu. Like that was. Yes, that was the card right there. Okay, and I always like collecting the Japanese Pokemon cards for some reason. I had no clue what they said, but I was just like, I'm like, oh yeah, it costs 1 energy to do 20 damage. I'm like, I have no clue what it says, but we would just play for fun, my friends and I, and the kids in our neighborhood. But then I got into Magic the Gathering. Probably in my early 20s, and I had my brother-in-law and my brother to thank for that. And so that started a whole money pit right there. That was just like, chucking money, and it was just like, going like, just take my money. And
I've heard Magic is a huge money sink.
Oh, dude, I'm sitting on. I played Modern too, so I have a couple Modern decks, and I have one Legacy deck. So I'm sitting on some money right now, and I'm just waiting one day. I'm like, when's the right time to sell?
Because you basically invested in gold. Those are gold bars in your home.
Especially Legacy. I have some. Yeah. Anyway, that's a different story. But I did some of the PPTQs, which is their pre-Pro Tour qualifiers. I've top 8 of some of those, and so I was competitive in that in the local scene. I faced some of the people that actually made it to the Pro Tour, so that was kind of cool. There was a couple Magic players and so that was really fun and really cool to try that out. And then there was just it was a time commitment, and just
I've heard it's a grind.
Okay, and the whole thing is like MTGO. I hated playing that. That was, if you know what that is, that was the original Magic the Gathering online client. Now there's Arena, which is so much better, but that one looked like my early childhood days of playing like something from the 90s and early 90s, like that's what it reminded me of. So I didn't like that. I didn't like the client, and then just too much time and too much money to invest in and everything. I was married. I was busy with my job, and it was just too much time. Then I had a friend introduce me to Hearthstone, and that started right there. And did a lot of things in that. Did some content creation for that. A little unhappy with the game right now because of the recent announcement, but that's a different story for a different podcast and and everything. So, but I always played Eternal because Eternal was Magic the Gathering, but online. But I thought it was a lot better in some ways with some of the mechanics, some of the things they could do, because it wasn't restricted to a physical card game. And they're like with Inspire and other mechanics, I thought those were really cool. And I got into the closed beta, which was awesome. And then I just started playing it, got masters. I thought it was cool, just like in all the decks from, if you remember the Rakano aggro decks, I really like those. Those are fun to play. Those are pretty busted, some of those decks back then, if you really think about what you could do. And so I just further along just played it. Then I met people from Team Rankstar, and they introduced me to the owner. And now I'm a part of Team Rankstar doing content for them from a little bit of everything from Eternal to Wild to whatever they need me to do. So that's what I do. I love playing the game, thinking about taking this a little bit further and make it a little bit more competitive for me because of the in-game, I guess, tournament client they have now, and so which is really cool. But that's a little bit of my background right there, just how I got into the game and how did I hear about it? I think I heard it about Eternal from a Magic the Gathering podcast. They mentioned Eternal. I'm like, whoa, hang on. This is like Magic the Gathering, but online, but does not look like MTGO. I'm all for that. Anyway, but that's how I got into it.
All right, let's go. Congratulations, by the way, on your addition to Team Rankstar. They are just gobbling up everybody.
I know. They got
like every couple of days they've added 2 or 3 new players to their roster.
Yeah, they got Dragon. He's a really well-known Wild Hearthstone player. They got Chris Van Meter for the competitive team for Eternal. So that's really cool. And then and I think I met you through Hero Power. That's where we talked about Eternal a couple times in their Discord. And so I guess listeners want to know how we met. That I think we chatted a few times. And then Avantes, who's one of the producers for the show. Actually, he's kind of the producer. He's like throwing us all together. He kind of pulled us two together. It's like, hey, you both love Eternal. You should talk about it.
But let other people listen at the same time.
Yes.
Yeah. Shout outs to our podcast dads, the Hero Power Podcast and ECMMO Gaming. Knoxville, Tennessee is kind of becoming like a weird hotbed of digital card game podcasting.
Yes. I know there's like several, I think there's like 3 or 4 podcasts that are from like, they have like Knoxville members. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Yeah. And so, all right, let's move into our goals of the show. Like, I guess we want to tell you, first podcast, don't worry, we're going to get into a deck. We're going to talk about Eternal, but we just want to give you a few highlights real quick. Some of the goals of the show, we want to, give you some entertainment, give you some laughs. I'm pretty sure we've already did that because I forgot to introduce myself. So, that's a good way. It's always a good way. But also, we're going to be interviewing players and content producers of Eternal. Do you want to add anything to that, TJ? About
just in case you were worried and disappointed that we were going to be the best players on the podcast, we promise to bring in better player than us Usually. Almost every episode will feature us two clowns plus one person who's actually good at the game. So, at the very least, stay tuned for the better players.
Yes, we have some. Exactly. We have some players lined up, so we're excited to have them, to get them on, and to school us in the right way to play Eternal, and that would be awesome. But also, we want to, like, besides that, because we think that's a great part of the show, to just give you different people to interact with in the chat. You might have faced them on the ladder or anything. It'd be cool to ask them on the questions like, "Hey, remember that time you beat me so badly?" You know, I don't know. But
no one's ever said that to me.
And then another thing we want to do is just to keep everyone up to date with the Eternal news. And I'm sure we know about the in-game tournament that's coming up. You know, anywhere from that to the RNG Eternal series that takes place every weekend. What is that called? What's the official name for that? It's called the
Eternal Tournament Series, ETS for sure. That's almost
ETS,
every Saturday.
ETS.
Yeah. So that's if you go to the main Eternal Discord, there is an Eternal Discord community.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, go ahead.
There's a tab called ETS Info, and that's where you can find everything you need to join that tournament series. They were actually given a spot in the Eternal World Championship sponsored by Direwolf Digital, so there is a larger reason to join that tournament series.
Exactly. We may get into that more next week when we have our first person we interview, because can't spoil anything yet. Gotta check with that person, but they're heavily involved in the tournament series, so it'd be good to talk to them about that. And you are too, aren't you? You play?
I play almost every week. I was involved. I am like somewhere in the middle tier of people who compete regularly in the ETS. I was involved in their 32-man invitational last month, but I did go 0-4 in sets of that day. So
I've had those moments, man, where I've been in tournaments and it's like I thought my deck was the fire, and it turned out it was put out pretty quickly.
It was a pretty frustrating combination of bad luck and just not being as good as the other people competing. But that's kind of like the exciting part of being in that kind of tier of players, that there's so much room for me to grow.
That's cool. I'm sure. I hope that with these players we interview, that not only it helps you, the audience, but it helps us as well. So it's a win-win for everyone.
Oh, our intentions for doing this are definitely, absolutely 100% selfish. So never, sure, dear viewer, think that we are doing this for or about you. This is about us.
Our secret's out. Oh, no.
Okay, speaking of Eternal news, I did want to get into... you mentioned the event, the Into Shadows event this Friday/Sunday.
Yeah, that's right. Take it away. Tell us what you're thinking about that and everything.
Okay, so we're recording this on Thursday, September 27th, year of our Lord 2018. Tomorrow, Friday the 28th, we'll start the Into Shadows preview tournament event. And so what Direwolf Digital is doing is they're rolling out like a test run of their in-client tournament software. Take notes, Blizzard. So basically, you're going to be doing 3 event runs, and that's just 6 constructed games. Win or lose, you play 6 games. 3 times. Your top 3, or your first 3 runs will place you in the leaderboard, and then the top 32 in the leaderboard will be doing a single elimination best of 3 tournament on Sunday. So if you are thinking about this event and thinking about how to perform well in this event, it feels like it's going to be a lot like ladder, right? Because you're basically, it's random. It will be different in ladder, because the matchmaking will be even more random. You will face an even wider array of skill sets. So if you're considering how you want to maybe do your best and spike into that top 32 on Sunday, my advice to you would be to play the most consistent deck that you can against the widest array of field. I don't think targeting the best deck is a good thing to do in this.
No, it's too random. It seems like just to because you're gonna have a bunch of people probably just trying it out for especially the first time. I think.
Yeah. So, I don't think you can prepare for this like you will a normal tournament. I think your ladder comfort pick is maybe going to be the best shot you have at top 32. This is one of those events where you really do have to believe in the heart of the cards.
Mm-hmm. I agree because this is kind of like the leagues they've kind of done before. Not, I guess they had this like the sealed leagues, but like the kind of like the tournament leagues where you do 3 runs and you get placed. Yeah. You say, if you get placed 1 through 10, you get so many packs, and this is kind of like that. But they're just taking the best players now, and like you said, and having LSV and what's his name? It's Patrick, right? From
Chapin?
Basic. No, Chapin? Not Chapin. Sullivan. Patrick.
Oh,
Sullivan.
okay.
I believe they're doing the commentary on Sunday, so that's gonna be cool to watch. I want to definitely tune in for that to watch them. And
Navillus, we're already synergizing. We're already connecting on a deep emotional level. You've set me up for an amazing segue. That Sunday stream will have spoiler previews for Eternal's new adventure-based expansion, Into Shadows.
Yes.
Which should be releasing, perhaps, all the brightest and best minds in Eternal think that maybe next week is when it's coming.
Oh, I hope so. I said, well, my first prediction was like by the weekend after they announced it. Then I was like, okay, that's not going to happen. But I'm hoping they give a date for it this Sunday. That'd be awesome. They just announced in the stream being like, hey, by the way, like Tuesday, it's out. And you're like, yes.
You poor fool, thinking that Direwolf Digital would give you a specific date of when their content releases.
Like I come from gaming of being disappointed all the time, so
I love Eternal card game is literally my favorite video game, and I really love and appreciate everything Direwolf Digital does, but expecting them to lock down an exact date of a product release is folly, Navillus. It's foolish.
Hey, you know how Hearthstone does their like releases? They don't let you know until like a week before like a big set comes out. It's like, even though it's been data mined, that it's going to come out on this day, they don't announce it until like a week before that date. It's like we've known this for like 3 weeks. It's like, I feel like how it is. I feel it's like all like card games, like especially digital ones. They want to keep things so secret, and the word always gets out, and they don't confirm it. I understand there's business things going on and things behind the scene and all that stuff, but it's just kind of funny to me. But yes, I am looking forward to Sunday to just throwing the Eternal stream on Twitch and just sitting back and watching. If I'm not in it, I'm gonna try doing the 3 runs tomorrow because my wife's birthday is this weekend, so I got to get them in tomorrow. So and at least I can't do it Saturday, so I'm gonna try on Friday to get them in, and if I can't, I just want to try it out. I want to see how this goes, though. So I'm excited about that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I unfortunately have plans on Sunday. I'll be busy winning an Eternal card game tournament.
That's right, because the ETS is going on, right? The top 8 ETS Sunday also.
No, that happens all day Saturday. I was making an obviously bad joke about how I'll be winning the Direwolf.
Okay, gotcha. I'm sorry, that flew in my head.
All the synergy is gone. We had so much meter built up on our synergy, and now
I tell people it's not 11 o'clock. My friends, I tell them, like, listen, after 11 o'clock, don't ask me anything that's too deep or anything because I won't answer you. I'm like, I have to drink my coffee first, and then it has to be past 11 o'clock. Then we can talk. I hate meetings at work that are before. I'm just like, why do you do this to me? Anyway, that's
okay. Yeah. So now is the part of our show. Sorry.
No. I was saying, go ahead, because we're just going with it. Go ahead. What do you want to go with next?
Okay, so now is the segment of our show. Do. That's the theme song for this next segment.
I'll remember that.
Where we will impart wisdom, do you the kindness of making you better at the game. This is our play tip of the week segment. However, since it's our first episode, Travis, thought it would be better to share some community resources that I and Navillus use to get better at the game, become more handsome, and higher ranked than we previously were.
Yes.
So the first and most valuable resource I realize most of you eternal old hats watching, you can tab away and do something else now. Anybody who is semi-new to the game, I want to direct you to eternalwarcry.com. It is the single most important website for anybody playing Eternal to use. Literally the most important website. Stevercakes, the man who makes this website, is, in my opinion, the most important person to Eternal that does not physically collect a paycheck from Direwolf Digital. It is a good place to see tournament results. It is a huge collection of deck lists and just news for the game.
Yeah, I believe you also can support it through the Patreon also, whereas...
Yes, Eternal Warcry does have a Patreon. I'm going to give him a shout out
because this person deserves it. He's done so much work and everything. It's worth it. Just $1 a month to get all that information about Eternal. It's like... And he gives it for you for free, but you can just help out. But yeah,
Eternal Warcry is not only the best Eternal website for decks and deck building, I think, in my opinion, it is the best website of its kind for any card game. Literally every card game has a worse website than Eternal Warcry.
It's insane. Because I go to, don't mean to go into other things, but the only thing that I think is, I'm trying to hear words here. Definitely Eternal is the best. Like his layout and everything, just finding everything is very simple. You can type in the deck creator's name and his decks will come up. Just like all this stuff is really, really good. And I think because I go from like Elder Scroll Legends, which that's a fun game to play, to Hearthstone, to like MTG Goldfish for Magic decks and everything. And they all have great websites.
What a disaster to navigate MTG Goldfish is. Jesus. It's
I'm glad they have it because it's kind of fun. I think it's probably the best Magic the Gathering one to find decks. But there's MTGA Top 8 too. That's pretty good too. But for the clarity, for just how things are laid out, what's on the front page, just it's awesome. I mean, you can submit your decks. You can have, the import-export features on it. Just everything he has there just makes it so simple. Because one of the most frustrating things when I play Hearthstone is I go to export a deck and you have to like copy that code thing. Yeah. And a box pops up. It's like a whole deck and you have to copy the code. And then you're trying to, and like if you're on mobile, that's, oh my word, that I'd rather be okay. I'd rather be at a meeting like 7 o'clock in the morning than do that. And then so you're trying to do that, but with Eternal, you just click the export button, go in mobile, hit import, boom, it's done. It's just like so simple how Direwolf Digital and Eternal, it's flawless and
perfect.
So thank you. Right, carry on. I just had to say it because I like you said, I think it is one of the best out there. Period.
Yeah. So the second valuable website I wanted to direct your attention to. This one is a little underground, I think. But it's a pretty valuable resource for deck builders. It's called shiftstoned.com. SHIFT stoned.com. And so basically what this is in addition to like news and interviews and stuff it actually has created an Eternal geared hypogeometric calculator. I think the guy who runs that website is named Papa Capricorn. High ladder player, smart guy. But when you're in the deck building process, you can actually export your deck and import it to shiftstone.com, and it'll pull up like a hypogeometric graph, I guess. See, I need Shiftstone because I can't actually read and comprehend a normal hypogeometric calculator. So, but basically, what this website's functionality is it tells you the likelihood of your power base providing you with the influence requirements of your deck on what turn, if that makes sense.
Yes, it's pretty sweet. I tried it out. I like it. And
yeah. The first thing I do before I even take a deck on ladder is I run it through Shiftstone and see what I can reasonably expect the deck to provide me with.
Yeah, that's the cool. So definitely go check that website out. And then the next one we have is A Space Games. That's A, then like a space, then a space. Anyway, we'll put this in the show notes because how's up? But just Google A Space Games and you will find it. And go ahead, Travis, tell us what it's about.
Okay, I'm just gonna rip off these last few websites right in a row. These are content producers. They write articles. They make videos for competitive Eternal. And news. So aspacegames.com is made by a community figure and a pretty good player and commentator and podcaster, Neon Eternal, Neon Blonde. They write really good articles. I really enjoy Neon's Game of the Week video. He goes on a deep dive in like a highly competitive game every week. Really smart guy, really cool content. RNGEternal.com, the letters RNG Eternal. .com. That's where you go to get information on the ETS, and they RNG, the owner of that website, and the CEO or whatever of RNG Eternal will periodically write really funny and interesting articles. EternalTitans.com is a very competitive Eternal team. Mm-hmm. A small group of very smart players, and they write articles and make videos, and they all stream. SeekPowerGaming.com, my team's website. We have good content, good streamers, smart people. And Team Rankstar, the most rapidly expanding team in Eternal, expanding with the heat and speed of a young star. Go to Team Rankstar to get all your merch and Eternal content and other digital card game content as well. Do you have anything to add to those?
No, I think you covered it all. All those team websites are awesome. I believe they all produce articles by the players and everything. So if you want to go check out the players' thoughts and what's going on there, that's a great place to go check it out and everything. And so, do you want to jump into our deck of the week now, since we've been talking about articles, or do you want to? How do you want to handle this?
Let's jump into an analysis of the deck of the week.
Okay.
And then we'll do our shout outs, and then we will pilot the deck. Exactly. So I'm gonna message our handsome and illustrious producer, Avantis.
Yeah, this deck you showed me is called Dragons at Discount, and we'll wait for him to throw it up on the screen before we get going here. But when I was looking at this deck, I was like, "This looks fun to play." Then you told me, "All right, before you play this deck." All right, go ahead. Take us away. The deck list is on the screen, but for those, do you want to read the deck list real quick for the listeners who are not watching, just to go through it real quick?
Okay, so this deck, I wanted to highlight this deck because it highlights a mechanic. Also, it's on brand from the Void. You'll understand soon. But it highlights a mechanic that is unique to Eternal as far as I know. And that is cards keeping alterations between game states. What's the word I'm looking for? Game zones. That's zones is the word.
Yeah. From the battlefield to the Void to coming back to the battlefield.
Even back into your deck, they keep all
That's
changes.
True. Yes. It's one of the coolest mechanics I think in this game. But go ahead.
Yeah. So if a card changes cost, if it changes stats, or if it gains or loses any keywords, it will maintain those changes from your hand to your deck to your Void to your game board. So the point of this deck is to you play discount mechanics and get so we have Miner's Muskets, we have Crimson Fire Maws, and we have Quarries, and we want to discount our cards and then recur them with Memory Dredger and Shadowland's Guide. That is also, we have a backup plan. This card is Xenon Lifespeaker that gains. You pay for it's a 1/1 for 1, and it gains It gains +3/+3 in stats if you pay 4 power to do so. And so if you ultimate it, which is a one-time use, right? It dies. It's now a 4/4 in the Void. Mm-hmm. And then you can actually recur it with this card, Shadowland's Guide. Play a unit with cost 1 less from your Void, and And it comes back as a 4/4, at which point you can ultimate it again. So you can actually recur like an infinitely growing creature as well.
Yeah, also Memory Treasure can bring it back too, right?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah,
and then the last big change you can actually do is if you leave this card, Sindok Rage Incarnate. It has the text cost 1. It's a 9-cost card, and it has the text cost 1 less for each damage the enemy player has taken this turn. So that discount is actually not permanent. It's per turn. But what you can do is you can actually discount it in the combat phase of your turn, and then if it costs 1 or 0, then you can actually recur it with Shadowland's Guide. So you're basically getting 5 of stats for 3 cost.
Oh wow, that sounds pretty good. It might be, I don't know. I looked at the card. I think I have one of those in my collection. Haven't really played it, but it seems like it needs a very specific deck to get the cost, because of course you don't want to pay 9 influence or 9 mana basically to play Sindok, because that's just really bad. Yeah.
yeah. It's definitely understated for 9.
Yeah, for sure.
If you can sneak it out at 4, maybe 5, it's probably not a great card to just play at 5. But if you can sneak it out for 4 or less, it becomes a very, very good card. Okay, so I wanted to highlight this. This is based on a deck that I think the guy's name is Spellslinger. This is based on this person's deck. I wanted to make sure to credit them. I and my Twitch chat made some heavy edits to it, and I think this is a generally better version of the original list. Maybe that person would disagree with me. I don't know. I wanted to, for any of ECMMO gamers viewers that are coming here from other digital card games, I wanted to highlight this list to highlight some of the more unique mechanics in Eternal.
For sure. I believe we're going to play a few rounds after we get done on stream, so if you want to stick around for that, Travis here is going to show us the highs and the lows of the deck, I'm sure.
I'm definitely going to lose 4 games, but but it could still be fun. Okay, awesome. Why don't you bring us in for the close, Dad?
Yep. Oh man, being called Dad now, this makes me, I don't know about. All right. All right, son. Let's move into the shout outs here. All right. TJ, why don't you give us your Twitter, your Twitch, because I know you stream, and the last time I saw you streaming, you had like a bunch of viewers. Like, I don't know what was going on there. That was like, you were saying they were view bots or something. I don't know, because it was funny. Me and you were going back and forth about that. But give us your Twitter, where you can find you, your Twitch, your shout out to whoever you want to give it to. Go for it.
All right. You can follow me at Twitter at HumanVenipede. If you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't. You can follow my Twitch. I stream in October. I'm going to be endeavoring to stream every Tuesday and Thursday morning, and I'll stream on Sunday evenings as well. And shout out to Seek Power Gaming and all the beautiful and wonderful competitive players that I've been working with. They make me better. I love you all. Navillus, what you got?
For my Twitter, you can just find me on my. I actually have 2 Twitters, as you know, Travis. Like, I confused you for a second, but one Twitter is where is my content Twitter, and that's at WhatTheDeckHS, and that was my Hearthstone one. So if you want to see any of my past Hearthstone stuff, go there. It's my gaming one, and then but my personal one, where I tweet about anything from NFL football. I'm a Tampa Bay Buccaneer fan, so you might see me rage every now and then on Sunday on Twitter.
That's a tough life, dog.
Oh, dude. Okay. Anyway, this past Monday night, man, like my heart. Okay, it's the Steelers-Bucks games. It was a crazy game. Anyway, moving on, because it's the Eternal Cast. Okay. But my Twitter for there is _Navillus on Twitter. and so just look for that on Twitch. I do have a Twitch, but it's not running, so I'm not going to give that out yet because I do want
secret Twitch.
Huh? My secret Twitch. Yes, right now. I will eventually start streaming Eternal. I'll let you know about that. My schedule so it doesn't conflict with Travis's schedule, so you can watch both of us. And but my shout out is to Team Rankstar and all the people there just to taking a risk on me, and also to Hero Power, the people there, Vonties, all of them, just to bringing us together and starting to branch out into other games. So shout out to you guys for taking a risk on us and saying, hey, you two need to get together and do this. So those are my shout outs. So as we close, just remember, if you want to follow From the Voidcast on Twitter, that's at From the Voidcast. If you want to know anything about the Hero Power cast, they'll highlight this and everything else. They're branching out into other games as well. That's at Hero Power _cast, and our website where the videos, everything that you need to know, and in the future, Travis and I might be doing a few articles every now and then and put them on FromTheVoidPodcast.com, and that's where you can go find about the episodes and everything else. Anything I miss? I think that's pretty much. I think I got everything right.
I think you're good. Yeah. So I think this is where maybe the. Okay.
Oh, hang on. We got a development. We got a development. Okay, FromTheVoidPodcast.com is still in development from our producer. He just messaged me. He's like, "Hey, let everyone know, still in development."
Under construction.
Under
Please
construction.
Wear your hard hat if you go to FromTheVoidPodcast.com.
Exactly. So the best place, just to go to if you want to watch the VOD. Not sure if it's gonna be on YouTube. We'll work on that, but you can go on the Twitch and go to ECMMO Gamers on Twitch. That's ECMMO Gamers on Twitch, and you can watch the VOD of this cast. And I'm sure we're gonna get it up on iTunes and Podbean and all those other places soon for your beautiful ears to listen to.
Awesome, cool. So I think that this is where maybe the YouTube VOD will end. I'm not sure. Anybody on Twitch that wants to stick around and watch me pilot my rank and this deck into the ground, stick around. We will see you guys next Thursday morning.
Exactly. From the void, as always.
I love you very much. Goodbye.
Yes. See you guys.
Okay, cool.
All right, for those,
now it's From the Void after hours. Let's welcome,
this
gentlemen.
Is the after hour.
Okay, so now I'm going to get into a game. Let's make sure our beautiful and illustrious and industrious producer knows to switch scenes.
Yes. We probably should have told him that to take the deck down next time. So all of you that are Team Rankstar, the owner for Team Rankstar, Athalion, he just said, "Will there be bassoon though?"
Literally never.
Never.
Eternal doesn't even have good songs for us to cover. It's a bummer.
I just yeah. So these are the after hours. We're just gonna be very candid. We're done recording. So technically we're not, but we kind of are. And we're in the void right now. Like literally, we're in the void. We're like
I was born in the void, molded by it.
Oh yes. Okay. I'm gonna spectate you now. Okay.
Oh yeah, I'm in game. Okay, so we just have a standard aggro hand right now.
Yes.
1/1 drop on 1, 2/1 drops on 2.
Oh man.
Okay, so I think we're just gonna play like maybe 5 or 6 games, and then we will call it a day.
Yes.
But oh, and it has lifesteal now. Good lord.
Nice.
Okay, they played Strategize on 2, so this is either a Power Screwed, Icaria Blue, or Canadans. So either way, Combust is bad.
Yeah. So what are you looking for from your market here? What do you want? Because you get the Flame Stoker, the Sindok, Stone Scar. Do you want Sindok on this possibly? Unless they play
2, 4, 5. I have 5 damage. I can make the Sindok cost 4.
Okay, you need a power. Okay.
I'm honestly thinking about just getting the banner because I am skimping on power in this deck.
Yeah, grab the power because I mean you have the Soulfire Drake and you want to get that going there.
Yes.
As soon as possible, ASAP. You want to be on curve with that. That's good. You go seek power. And he plays a Primal Sigil.
This is so this is Kenneden's confirmed.
Okay. What do you think of Kenneden's? Like, I have not played that deck yet. Like,
it is an incredibly hard deck to play, but an incredibly All right.
What'd you get? Okay.
I'm looking at a Dragonsmith, a 1-cost Oni Dragonsmith, or a 6-cost 7/4 Soulfire Drake.
Okay. One thing we need a message Direwolf on is that when you play Quarry, I can't see what gets pulled up on my screen. So
that's a bummer.
Yeah, and also when you go to market, like it doesn't show the market to see. So
that sucks. Yeah. If I was this Kenneden's player, I would have stolen the Xenon Life Speaker there, but who am I?
Okay.
Even then, I would have torched the Xenon Life Speaker there.
All right. We need a. Okay. Well. Okay. Okay. I mean. Okay. If you can get like a sigil the next 2 turns, like you're in business here. It seems like, unless he has permafrost.
No, this is still fine. I just need literally any undepleted power. Well,
you got a power. I guess the next thing is to make the lifesteal guy a 4/4. Yep, attack. I would say attack with both the Ronin, which you're doing right now, and the Xenon Life Speaker.
Okay, so the good thing about this play is that they cannot play. Okay, they actually can now. So I am actually. I don't know that I can. Well, they've already got a unit on board. I was gonna say I can't play into. Oh, that's pretty good. I can't play into End of Hostilities, but I have a 7/6 flying lifesteal unit that's been permafrosted, so I have to play into End of Hostilities. Okay. So they're actually going to gain 14 life this turn, but there's nothing really I can do about it. Yep, here's the End of Hostilities. If it's Kenna, that would be great, but it's not.
Yeah.
Oh no! Okay,
that End of Hostilities, like...
They always have it, dude.
In this game... Well, yes, they always have it. But in this game, it's so good because when you're playing out these... It feels like Eternal right now is... Either stay low to the ground, go aggro, or you do some... Besides temporal control. There's
All right,
oh my word.
We're done.
Okay, we did get dragons out though. Let's be honest, we got some dragons.
Yeah, we didn't get to do our degenerate recursion part, but we did get to play dragons into the world. Yeah. But you asked how I felt about Kenneden's is actually one of my favorite decks in the history of Eternal. I think it's incredibly hard to play, and when time mid-range is popular, I think Kenneden's really shines.
I may have to mess with that deck later then. I think I'm only like 2 or 3 end off. So I'm like, whether I want, I've been kind of adventure comes out to see if anything changed. Did I,
Yeah.
All right.
Hypothetically, Kenneden's is going to get better when Nuvara gets released. Because this is tough. I'm gonna just do this. The market in this deck is probably...
Oh, go ahead.
The market in this deck is maybe the weakest part because there's nothing. It's so specific. It's so full of like specific answers that on like an empty board early in the game, I'm not sure what I want.
Okay, if you play Quarry next turn, please tell me what you are choosing.
Okay. Okay, so here I'm between a Torch and a Crimson Firemaw. I'm going to take the Dragon. Torch is maybe the more consistent choice, but we're here to do cool stuff.
You're not worried about Teacher of Humility?
Yeah.
Oh, you know what the worst thing to do in Eternal is when you, if you Torch, what's the 1 mana 1/1 that gives you +1 influence, or it's a time card, the one that
Initiate
ramps you. I can't think of it.
Yeah, Initiate.
Initiate, thank you. Yeah, Initiate is when you Torch an Initiate, then turn 2 they play Teacher of Humility. Yeah. You're just like, you feel like a fool. Oh man, it's a tough choice though, because it's kind of like, do you want to get a 3 drop out, or do you really want to take the risk with Teacher of Humility? But every time I Torch it, they always have Humility, and if I don't Torch it, they put something like really stupid out on turn 3 or something like that. I'm just like, well.
Yeah, playing around Teacher is playing around Initiate / Teacher is like maybe one of the harder things. Okay.
It's a very, don't know if it's skill intensive or just luck.
Sometimes things can be two things, you know?
Yep, for sure.
Oh goodness, they've ramped.
Oh,
At least they ramped for power and not for like to play a big scary guy. We do have the combust for the first big scary guy.
Yes.
Oh, good lord. Okay. And we can maybe Shugo tactic through the second big scary guy. Oh, baby, let's go.
Avanti's just realized. Oh, what happened? What happened? Ooh, memory treasure.
Okay.
Can you do?
I can't ult and memory dredger in the same turn, which is disappointing.
Oh, Avanti's just realized. Avanti that he observed every time you go to a new game, it's automatically carry over, and so that's something we need. That's something we need to message Direwolf about too. Okay,
everybody, put in a support ticket right now, please.
Yes. Everyone who's still in chat, please do that. Go to Eternal now and be like, hey, we're listening to this awesome brand new stream and podcast called From the Void. And, the guys are awesome, but, you're kind of hindering the vibe, and no. Just if you want to, seriously, just like, hey, mention like the whole observed thing and stuff like that. And the quarry and like anything that comes, if you're observing the game to pop up, that'd be awesome.
Okay,
I think
so now
a friend on Twitter just I'm abandoning Hearthstone, and so I'll respond to him in a little bit. For those listening, I am not abandoning. Well, okay. Hearthstone can be fun to play at times. Okay, let me put it that way. Okay, I primarily play Wild, Travis. So, but when you get killed on turn 4 or 5 by Druid combo, it's not fun.
I've heard Druid combo is really insane in Wild right now.
Okay, I know this is we're streaming the Eternal game. Okay, well, tell me what you're gonna do real quick. And,
I'm gonna. So the cool thing about this play is since I'm giving Overwhelm to the Crimson Firemaw, I can actually I get the infiltrate discount from the Firemaw. So since I hit the enemy player with the Overwhelm damage, yeah. So now whatever I play is about to cause 0. They blocked like that. That makes me think that they are going to play a Harsh Rule this turn. So I'm not going to play out my Dragonsmith.
Nope. Another Claw Marshal.
Huh.
Okay. Oh, Crimson Firemaw is 0 cost Crimson Firemaw. Okay, but we have to be. Yeah. So yeah, let me tell you about this Druid deck, and basically it ramps you to 10 mana. You can ramp up to 10 mana by turn 4 or 5. Okay.
Yeah.
Just with some of the cards, and there's one card 30. There's one card that costs Psychomelon. It draws all your combo pieces. One card draws all your combo pieces, and that can be early as turn 3 to draw all your combo pieces. And then on turn 10, you play Aviana, which makes all your minions cost 1. Then you play this card called Coon, which refreshes your mana crystals back to 10. And then you play all your combo minions, which cost 1. And so like on turn 5, you can play up to like 30 something mana and cards on turn 5.
That's insane.
And you just win. Like, yeah, it's insane. It's so consistent. It's like I do. Oh man. I mean, it's fun Hearthstone, but with the announcement about the no in-game tournament mode and stuff like that, I was just really bummed out, and because I was really looking forward to that, because the ladder for Hearthstone, I don't like it, but I like playing tournaments. I'm like in a wild league right now, and I do like a THL, which is a standard league, because I like playing more competitively.
Yeah,
but when they said no, I'm like, I was looking forward to that like a lot. Like, and then they said no, but we boost a new player experience. I'm like, that's good, but what about us? and everything. So I'll play it. I'm gonna still play it, but it's gonna be more just like, if I'm sitting somewhere and I can pull it up on my phone if I don't feel like playing Eternal, which is rare. I'll pull it up and play a few games, get my quest done. Do some things like that, play with friends. I don't mind. It's fun.
Yeah.
But right now, Eternal is where it's at.
I was not joking when I said Eternal is literally my favorite video game.
Ooh, nice. The win.
1-1, baby.
1-1. All right.
Okay, so the last play of that game, if you noticed, we got to do a pretty cool, again, like kind of an interesting mechanic in Eternal. I got the Syndoc out of the market, which gave it the Lifesteal Inspire from the Xenon Life Speaker, and then I attacked and actually got to make it discounted and make it cost 5. So then I got to play it that turn as well. I'm not going to say I'm the smartest person in the history of the world, but maybe you should consider that possibility, is all I'm saying.
All right, let's get into another game. I think I have pancakes waiting for me pretty soon here. I'm going to have pancakes for lunch, people. Like, check that out. Like, that's awesome.
Okay.
Time you can have breakfast for lunch or dinner is a win in my book.
Yo, I will eat biscuits and gravy literally any time of day, any day of the week.
It's like Ron Swanson. Give me all the bacon and eggs you have.
Okay, so now I get to play my discounted dragon. So yet another synergy in this deck is if this Oni Dragonsmith, your dragons cost 1 less. Mm-hmm. That discount actually applies to dragons in the void as well.
All right, Travis, I have a very important question.
Yo, dog.
What is the best avatar in the game right now?
I'm a Furflinger guy.
Okay.
That you maybe I have like a little bit of like a low key reputation for playing Yetis.
Yetis are a good choice. I do like the newest avatar. Well, not the newest one. The Vera one that's coming out looks pretty sweet though. And then I like the what is the one I really like? I'm looking through it right now. I stopped spectating you so I can find the one that I like. I wonder if like avatars, like I never like themed, you know what I mean, with decks and stuff like that, because I'm always thinking of like, like I like Yetis, and so but if I'm playing Skycrag, I won't use Yetis because I might give it away.
Okay, so here's a cool thing as well, is I quarried for my merchant, so now it costs 2, so now I can actually recur it with my memory dredger. Maybe I should have attacked with the Oni Dragonsmith. Yeah, that was stupid. Okay, can I win this turn? I can do... Okay, so if I hit this, then I can get the merchant out, which gives me nothing. I'm not sure. I think I just lose next turn no matter what.
Yeah, he is. Two overwhelmed creatures. I don't know what you can do. I think I may have to go after this one. My dog is getting restless. I can hear her. So, but hey, I was hoping for us to go 2-1, the best out of 3 at least. But
oh no! I made such a bad play. Oh, okay. So you
could have oh, I see. Oh, I see.
Let's see. So they do. Yeah, okay. They have lethal if they just attack, I'm pretty sure. Okay. Yeah. So this is, they do 1 damage through this, they do 1 damage through that, and then they do 2 damage there, so that's exact lethal. Yeah.
Ooh.
Dang. All right. So this has been the first post-show segment of From the Void. I had a lot of fun. Thanks a lot, dude.
No, I had a lot of fun too. I think for the first time we hit things off pretty well, and I look forward to working with you, man. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a fun journey, I think.